What's up, y'all? It's your girl Ali. Welcome to Link Up Talks. Today we got a good topic we're going to talk about, but before I let you know what we're talking about, let me introduce you to my panel. Starting with my left.
Dre.
Carolina.
Jude.
Regal.
Aziz.
Okay, so we're going to talk about depression today. Something that most people don't feel comfortable talking about, something that we don't normally talk about, but we wanted to switch it up today and get into a deeper conversation. Depression is something that affects your brain, causes mood swings, causes you to act out of your personality. It causes you to go through extreme unhappiness, and it's something that I believe everyone will experience at some point in their life. And it's not easy, for sure it's not easy, and sometimes it feels like there's no way out. From my experience, I think it's something that was embarrassing to talk about, something that I didn't think I could ever admit to. But once I was able to talk about it, it did make it a lot easier for me to try to figure out what I'm going to do from that point. And yeah, so that's what we're going to talk about today.
I would say that over I guess my life on this earth, I've experienced many different situations that led me to become emotionally distressed, and which recently I came to the question about myself: is this temporary, or is it a prolonged feeling that I'm feeling? This depression, and there was times where there was like situations that made the emotion arise, but then when things would be copacetic, smooth, my life would be perfect, never better, there was this void that I was trying to fill in different times of my life, whether it be through companionship, whether it be through taking on like a different religion, or taking on new friends, or making new friends, or taking on new hobbies. And that's when it becomes questionable. Is this like a long-term thing, or is this based off of a situation that happened to me when I was younger? I could go on because I have many different experiences, but sometimes the way I cope with it is I try and mentally keep my mind secure in believing that I'm confident enough to either open up or bottle it in and still walk upright with a level head. Think rationally and not irrationally, because it got to the point of contemplating suicide, and it became apparent to people around me when I got sent to the hospital. This one incident, Aziz was a part of the situation.
I remember that.
Yeah, and then my mom, she came from work to see me, and it was overnight. She was working overnights, and it kind of brightened up my day when I realized how many people cared, because it drove me to the point that I thought nobody would have cared. And I've dealt with these things with a lot of my decision making through companionship, also just focusing on what I want for my future.
Thank you, Jay. We're going to be right back.
I'm out of control. Since the beginning, I've always been doing the most. All the hate you can send, and just know I can see through it all, bro. Fuck it, I've been on a mission, don't care what you want. You can get on my zone.
Welcome back to Link Up Talks. We started this hot topic with talking about something we normally don't talk about. We're talking about depression today. And it's a touchy subject. We had Dre give an experience story earlier, but we're going to get into what is the coping methods? You did touch on what you used as your coping method, but we want to know for everyone else. Everyone experiences depression in a different way, and everyone copes with it differently. So what are our options to get out of that funk, get out of that hole, and start living life to its fullest?
So when depression hit me, it was around high school. For me, I thought a coping mechanism would be isolating myself. It's like distancing myself from everyone, my friends, my family. It was really bad. Next.
I just think that as people from different cultures, especially immigrants, we're not really used to talking about it or having this discussion with our parents, especially since it's something that is not really seen as being a real or is seen as being frowned upon. And I just think when you actually get to a point where self-reflection no longer works, but you are aware that there is an issue, seek help, talk about it, try to find any way to express yourself, and just try to seek the help you need in that case.
I think like it starts off with just like real acknowledging that there's an issue. Obviously when it first starts it's really hard because you're stuck in a hole where it's like, okay, I have a perfect life and perfect everything around me, but why do I feel so down? Why am I always unhappy? Why do I come home and after a long beautiful day and I'm down, I'm not happy, and then you sit down and you self-reflect and you're like, okay, is it situational? Is it the weather? Is it this stuff that happened in my life? Is it something that's just like, it's just bound to happen? Like, I don't know. And then you acknowledge that there's a problem, and then that's where you move forward with, okay, what's the solution now? So it is like just, starting with yourself.
Okay, I was actually going to say, before I cut myself off, I tried to distance myself from people, but that would really work. Then my friends tried to put me in therapy, that didn't work. So like the best solution for me is like distract myself about it, gym, sports, go out to run, keep myself occupied. That's the best way I can, distract myself from my depression.
Yeah, and that helps you a lot, getting into activities and stuff, because it takes you away from that subject, feeling lonely or stressed or sad. And there's a lot, but I believe that there's, when the depression becomes worse, you know what I mean? And the help it's not enough,
Yeah, doesn't come.
And you need to find other ways basically to cope with it, like medication or other types of treatment besides just
Yeah, so basically it just varies from person to person at that point. So each person has to, like Brigette said, identify what the issue is. Then each person has to know, okay, what am I comfortable with doing? Because some people are not comfortable sitting on the couch telling a stranger,
Yeah.
But then some people, they will open up in front of, their group of friends, and then sooner or later they're on the stage talking about how they motivated themselves to. Yeah, so it's all about addressing the root of maybe the main cause or the reason why or what you think the reason is, and then just attacking every aspect of it to be able to diminish the whole, the prolonged emotion, right? Because you don't want it to be prolonged. Because depression is inevitable. Like Ali said, we experience it, but you don't want it to prolong to the degree that you're on the edge of a cliff about to,
take your life.
Yeah.
We want to take this time right now to thank everybody here at the panel for opening up to us today. We also want to thank you guys for watching us and giving any opinions or anything at all. This is what we want to talk about. We want to talk about everything. That's why we changed our subject today. But thank you so much for watching. Comment anything. You don't need to tell us anything, but just let us know what you think. What coping abilities did you use to help others be able to speak up and talk about this subject? It's hard and it's touchy, but we do need to talk about it. So thank you so much for watching Link Up Talks. We're here every Saturday, and we out.